Hey everyone, Erica with the K here. This is the long-awaited Smokey Eye tutorial. It's going to be in-depth, so stick with me. I have a lot of tips in this. So first, you're going to start off with concealer on your lid, as always, and then you're going to do a transitional color, which is a color that would closely match your natural color. And this is going to just make sure that the makeup doesn't get stuck when you start putting eyeshadow on. It doesn't get stuck in one spot and it blends out easily. Then we're going to go in with black, and we're going to go in with a kind of thick brush, and we're just going to really pack that onto the lower part of the lid. I always call it the lower part, but it's, the upper part of the lid. You're just not going to go too high up with it yet. We'll get there. Keep adding more on as needed. Black usually comes out as a gray when you're doing it, so don't be afraid. I've dipped multiple times and just keep dipping. If you're scared of this part, you can use a smaller brush for this, a more defined brush, which is a totally great idea. I just happened to use that. So now we're going to go in with a brown color and then a really warm brown color, because we don't want to look like we got hit in the face. So you want to add some warmth into this color. And we're going to use this to blend. This is a totally different brush than the brush we were just using, because you don't want to be smearing that black all over the place. This is literally to blend out any of those harsh lines and to make it transition, really. I know I said that twice already, but now we're actually trying to transition here. We're just bringing this up so that it's nice and soft and smooth. And again, don't be afraid to add more product as needed. Nobody's monitoring this. Do whatever you got to do, and blending should be a lot. You're going to go back to that original brush and you're going to pick up some more black, and this time we're going to bring it up a little bit more on the outer corners, and this is going to open up our eyes more. At the end, you're going to see my eyes are wide and bright. This is just going to open up the eyes a little bit more. And don't worry, you're going to go back to that other brush with the warm browns, and you're going to blend that up. I left in a lot of the blending because I want you to know that you really have to trust the process with this. It's a lot of blending, and we're bringing this pretty far up. So anytime you go to dip into the brown colors, you're going to bring that, right to where it meets the black. And then as the color comes off the brush and there's less color on the brush, you can bring it up a little bit higher. You just don't want to initially go down and hit too high to your brow with that brown, because you just don't want to bring that color up too high. But don't worry, in a second, we're going to be blending that out too. But this is just really about building color. I hope this is all making sense. Now we're going to take a totally different brush. This is a very fluffy brush, and you're going to take either a transitional color or something that is kind of in that wheelhouse, and you're going to just do this right underneath the brow bone and right on top of that brown. And this is going to be like the best part of this, because this is when the blending really happens, because this is a blending brush specifically. The other ones are more for packing color on, and this is really going to just soften everything up. And again, I'm leaving in a lot of the blending, but I did take out quite a bit because blending is what takes the longest time on everything. And since this is a transitional color, close to your natural color, my blending is pretty wild. So like I'm going pretty high up with this. I'm not too worried. Then we're going to pack in some more black. And you want to keep doing this because you want it to be a true black color and not a gray, unless you wanted a gray. Then I'm going to go in with this eyeliner. This eyeliner I spoke about in the how to do a winged eyeliner for beginners. I'm going to put that one in. And I basically said you wouldn't want to use this here on the upper part to do a wing liner because it's too thick. But when it comes to a smoky eye, you do want to do this because you want to make sure there's no separation between like the upper part of the inner part of your line, I guess. How do I say that? Not the waterline, the part that's like parallel to it, and your eyelid. So you want to really cover that with the black. And this also gives you a good base to pack more black eyeshadow on, because it's such a more true color black than an eyeshadow. And you're not doing an eyeliner with this. You're just like really packing it on. I already said that. Then I'm going to go in with the ROXDOLL Cosmetics. This is Snow Crystal, and I'm going to put this on the inner corners of my eye. Because we're doing a smoky eye, you want to really make sure that you brighten up the inner corner of the eye. And I'm also going to do it underneath the brow. I haven't colored in my brows yet in this video. I do that off camera, but I'm going to put this underneath the brow. This is very 2016. I also feel like a smoky eye was very popular then, but I think it's coming back. But this doesn't give you too much of a sparkle where it's like blinding. And then here's the greatest hack of all. Since you haven't done your face yet, and I assume you already have moisturizer on, you can just take your hands and just go right up, and it's just going to create a line and clean up that makeup line. I mean, that's the best part of not doing your face yet. Then I'm going to go in and do my real eyeliner. Again, I did talk about this eyeliner in the video of how to do winged eyeliner, and this is a liquid liner, and this I want to put on top because it is so defined, and that's what we want to do for this part. So the other eyeliner I used just kind of messy just to give me like more of a true black color, and this I'm actually using as an eyeliner. Then I just did my face off camera, and you can just see that my eyes look really huge and really popping. And I did the rest of my makeup off camera. The rest of this video is going to be me posing for way too long, but I do want to share a funny story with you from when I was in beauty school. So when I was in makeup class, our teacher was teaching us how to do a smoky eye, and he said you have to go dark to light when you do a smoky eye. And one of the students kept fighting with him and saying, but I like to do light to dark. And if you follow my tutorials, you know what I'm saying. You usually do the light colors first, and then you pump in the dark colors at the end. Smoky eye is truly the exception to the rule, but I also think that once you learn the foundation of makeup, the fundamentals, you're free to do whatever you want. Dark to light, light to dark, have fun.